Alright guys, welcome. This evening we're going to be playing a bit of Legend of the Five Rings. We've got a tournament going on. It's the Clan Rivals tournament, Crab versus Unicorn. So this has been set up by the Emerald Legacy team as a continuation of the storyline set up in the Landfall tournament, where all of the clans managed to reach this new mystical island that we're going to be fighting over. And yeah, at the moment, it's the Unicorn Clan and the Crab Clan are bitterly fighting over territory. And in this event, what you can do is you can sign up supporting either the Crab or the Unicorn. You don't need to play those clans specifically, but then at the end of the event, we'll see who managed to win, and hopefully the crab will win because, as we all know, I can only play crab. It's the only thing I do play. um, and yeah, we'll see what the outcome is on the storyline going forward. So my first round is against Tomoya. I will. Here we go. Let's join this. Um, yeah, we will be playing a version of the holding control deck that I've been messing around with. Hopefully it'll go well. Tomoy is an exceptional player of L5R. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. So yeah, so he's streaming it from his point of view. I'm streaming it from mine. The idea being that we can both talk through what we're up to, and hopefully everything both talk through what everything should be pretty good to watch. Right, so I'm gonna take first player here. Let's set my provinces. He is playing Crab, Castle of the Forgotten. Wow, he's gonna be playing a Berserker deck, so he's gonna be trying to hit me hard and he's gonna be trying to hit me fast. He's playing Seeker of Air also, so he's probably going money provinces. But this is a pretty good start for me. I've got a free Pious Guardian essentially. Got Vanguard, I got Heater Guardian, and a Funeral Pyre. I think I'm going to swap out the Vanguard Warrior though. Student's pretty good. Exposed Secrets is one of my stupid little techs. This might come in handy. Ramshackle Facade will definitely come in handy. So we're going to keep the Apprentice Engineer, and we will disarm. We'll see. I've got no clue what he's running in his deck. If he's running Berserkers, probably he's got a lot of force pump from things like Katanas, stuff like that. He wants to hit military. He wants to break my provinces as quickly as possible, so that he can get a lot of work out of Castle of the Forgotten to make more military fights and head for my stronghold. So we will see what he comes up with. Waiting for him to mulligan his cards. Let's say a little good luck, have fun. Whoever wins, Crab Clan at best. Clan. Alright, so we got Seasonal War, we got Damned Heat. Damned Heat is interesting. Heater Backbreaker. Ooh. Okay, I think what we're going to start off doing is doing the free Pious Guardian before anything happens with this Season of War. I this is an okay start on his part. He gets a backbreaker. He gets it cheaper, so we're both doing pretty well on the econ side of things. Kind of enter Butcher. Now Butcher's very good to start with. Who's the first player? I'm the first player. He won't be able to defend with anyone unless he buys that damn heater, which will force him to use 3 influence. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy this Butcher of the Fallen, and we're going to buy it with a Fate. Because this way I can first attack Military Void, forcing him to defend with the damn heater if he hasn't bought it. If he's bought it, of course. I'm a Lion player on loan, but for now, yes. So yeah, if he buys it, we got Kaio Forge goes into a Storehouse. Interesting. So Storehouse is going to be his restricted card in this case. I'm gonna pass here because I'm gonna bank my fate. He gets to draw an extra card. We'll see what happens with this. Yeah, the Seasonal War is a pretty good shout. This is nice for me. I'm going to pass, pick up the Fate. Now, he's got a Repentant Legion. Repentant Legion is huge, and he will be able to defend against my Butcher. He'll be buying it for 3 out of the back of Shinsei's, which, you know what, it's not terrible, is it? He's also got a second storehouse, so he's already quite ahead in hand advantage. I can win. It depends. I think he's going to bid 5 because this deck really depends on um, getting that hand advantage up to be able to break your opponent's provinces. So if he bids 5, the exposed secrets will be live for his political fight, as long as I can defend from this this fight. So let's bid 5. Let's pray for a... No, we didn't get it. So I'm running Fate Worse Than Death in this deck. If I picked one up, that would have been fun. So after you break a province, bow this stronghold. It's military instead of its normal type. Now what he could do is he could quite easily just not defend, which makes me break Shinsei's on a Void Ring, and then that would give another military fight. I can bow the Backbreaker. I can't do anything against Repentant Legion, unfortunately. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do my original plan. Let's see if he defends with the Repentant Legion. Regardless what happens, I'm gonna be going into next turn with a pretty healthy Fate advantage, which I do appreciate. There we go. He's defending. He's going to raise the alarm. Season of War. Oh no, he gets a butcher. Oh, that's sad. Okay, 3 butchers. Now the Season of War has dropped onto Shinsei's. So if he wants to keep it for next turn, that means he won't get the bonus from Shinsei's, which, you know, I'm kind of happy with. We'll see how that goes. I'm hoping he doesn't have any readies, because that would basically ruin my day. Let's see, does he have any readies? Yes, he does. There's his ready with his Repentant Legion. Now, okay, we'll see how he attacks into this. Maybe there's something that I'll be able to do. But it's likely he's going to get 2 breaks, I think. 2 breaks or 1 break? 1 break maybe. So the Legion 8, 7, 6. So there's no way I'm going to be able to actually defend this. So we're just going to hit done here. We're going to see what we get. Floating Fortress and the 7th. We'll take a Floating Fortress. Thank you very much. So that's fine. We just won't bother defending. Like, there's absolutely no reason to defend here. The Repentant Legion's huge. So after you break a province, they gets to fill with a face down card. Sure, okay, break a province gone. Why not? And he'll get to pop his stronghold, making everything military. Which is kind of fine. Like, the Pious Guardian and the Backbreaker are on the same stats here. So, problem is there's no real, like, super good rings to get. Wait, why are we going to discard? Participating. Fill. From what? From? What are we discarding from? Ha, sure, that's fine. Absolutely fine. Alright. Aha, right, okay. Sure. He discards Fire and Oil, he does Castle, he plays Battle Meditation, which is draw 3. which is really good because he had a participating berserker. This game is going to get out of hand very quickly, I feel. What are the odds of him having another Raise the Alarm? See, that'll make me super sad. Okay, if I water here, then I can always attempt to ready the Butcher. We'll basically see if I can win this fight or not. Can I win the fight? What's this? It's a katana. I'm going to take a gamble. Is my gamble good enough? So my gamble is play the Apprentice Engineer, conflict into the fight, and then build a funeral pyre over the deployed garrison. So now the deployed garrison's in the bin, I can bring the deployed garrison into this fight if he continues to boost, which he might do. Or I have the option, after this fight ends, if I don't win, on defense, I can bring the deployed garrison into the fight after using the funeral pyre on the engineer to draw one. Or on whatever I build with floating fortress. So I can build fire and oil, for example, if I wanted to. There we go. Alright, that's fine. Let's at least try and win some fights here. Sack a guy, you can go. We get Pathfinder's Blade, I think. Yeah. Okay, so he passes, he can't do anything. Now, I need to... It'll cost me a fate to tie the favor. I don't think that's worth it for the time being, so I'm just going to pass. Let's pop you. He dies. I guess... Where did my... Okay, he discarded my Way the Crab with his Earth Ring, which kind of sucks. If I still had the Way of the Crab, of course, I could have... let's get rid of this. I could have Way of the Crab, got rid of one of these two. Let's see what characters he's got now to throw at me. I got the Fate advantage, but he's definitely gonna see more cards than me. 2 floating fortresses. Oh god. Alright, he's got a Hida Casada, which is super bad for me. He's also got a Butcher of the Fallen, which is probably even worse, because I haven't broken anything, so there's no way for me to actually defend that fight. Yeah, I think he's just going to run over me, really. This is going to be terrible. I mean, it's fairly difficult for... I mean, I'm kind of running a more control-y style deck. I tried to slow down the game a little bit. But yeah, it's fairly difficult for a deck like that to kind of get over like super huge characters like this guy, and this guy can bring back this guy. So it's very difficult. At least he didn't. Okay, he's playing that, so at least he's not going to play the Hida Casada this turn, right? So, bam, we'll buy the Shrewd, and I think we're going to leave it at that, to be honest. Sugi, I guess Sugi's there just because he's up on cost 2-1. Skirmisher also super cheap, decent stats. He's got his storehouse again, so he can draw another card, which is very good for him. I'm wondering if I need to... He passes. I'm a bid... I have to bid 5. Like, there's no way I can get around this. Still no Fate Worse Than Deaths, which is sad. I do have a Force Shame, though, so I can throw Yasuki into the fight, and I can bow either his Repentant Legion or his Backbreaker, most likely his Repentant Legion, and then as long as I don't attack, his Signaler can't do anything. So I think that's where we're going to go with this. I have got a bunch of money provinces. He's got that skirmisher. Skirmisher makes me sad. So he's probably, if I had to guess, I'd say he's going to go do a water fight. Yeah, here we go. To force me, to use this. This is, you know what? This isn't terrible. This is not terrible. Okay, we're going to do this. We are going to use our boy Shrewd. We're going to get a fate worse than death. Here we go. Okay. Okay, let's begin. What's this? Pathfinder's Blade. Okay, Pathfinder's Blade is not a problem, because I plan to just bow him. I reckon he's got Common Cause. I'm pretty sure he's got Common Cause. So, oh, ready for battle. Aha, so there's the first sign of his splash. That makes things difficult, but not unbeatable, I think. Yeah, difficult, but not unbeatable. So let me think through this. Ramshackle's not going to do anything. Exposed secrets, I'm never going to get a political fight at this rate. So we got court games. So I can punt him home with fate worse than death, but it'll be at the mercy of whatever cancels he might have. I need to. I think the play is assassinate the quartermaster. Assassinate the quartermaster, fate worse than death, the legion, then weight of duty, shrewd, to bow one of these. I think that's the play. So we assassinate the quartermaster. Right, that's one. Gives me 5. Okay. Let me see. Is there anything else that I could do? Yeah, okay. So if this all goes tits up, I've always got a deployed garrison. So that's fine. So then we fate worse than death the legion. Hopefully he doesn't have a cancel. If he does, I am gonna die. Here we go. That's fine. So now I'm winning the fight. Let's see if he pumps. If he pumps now, then I can deal with it, because I've got the Ramshackle Facade, of course. And he's used one of his 3, I presume, ready for battles, because they have decent influence on them. I think, is it 1 influence on them ready for battles? Yeah, they've got decent influence on them, so 3 to 3, so there's a Pathfinder's Blade. So he's trying to stop me from doing my plays, which I don't like. So we're going to Ramshackle Facade him, and we're going to get rid of this floating fortress to bow our boy. If I manage to get a military fight in, which would be a miracle at this point, I'll probably go something like military air or military fire. Get one of these fates. Then pull out Elegant Tesson. Because the idea is, if I can stop him from breaking, then I get my political fight. And if I get my political fight, there we go, great. Then I can suddenly do things. So we'll go like that. Nice. Okay, we won a fight. Or I can go. No. I need. What am I doing? That's stupid. I need one of the fate on these rings. Most definitely. I think we'll go air, because I want to stabilize. So let's stabilize my my honor here. At least try to stabilize my honor. I don't know if it's actually going to work. Right. So he can defend because he's pretty big. I just want to win the fight. That's all. I just want to win the fight. So 5 to 6. Yes. Gain 2. Alright, cool. So now I get the political fight. See, he didn't defend with the signaler. I kind of thought he would. Oh, he can't defend with the signaler. Alright, that works for me. Shrewd ready, so Shrewd will get his Politico fight. Repentant Legion can't defend, and he can't defend, so it'll basically come down to he the backbreaker if he wants to defend or not. I've got a Fate, so perhaps I can do some things. I'll definitely keep the Butcher around, because he's going to be super important next turn, I think. Elegant Tesson, yeah, that was me. That's fine. Now, he's got his conflict. He's gonna go Earth. Do I defend with the Shrewd? Yes, I defend with the Shrewd. And I will, dishonor the Signaler. Right, it puts him down to 9 honor. It's not huge, but you know what? It's better than nothing. Yeah, that's it, right? Looting Fortress Pass. Okay, and I've got a political fight left. Now, can I get 3? Yes, I can get 3. It won't be a fantastic play to try and get 3. I can go 2. No, I don't think. Let me think. So this is 2. I get to win that, so I'll get the fate off that ring. Actually, this is pretty tasty because I'm going first next turn, and I can void. What happens if I void? If I void, I can go first next turn, get 2 fate off of that. Wipe his board. I'll have a butcher in hand. That's not terrible. It's not awful. He's going into next turn. He's going to have a Hirakasada, whether I like it or not. But I think as an idea, that's not terrible. Now, unfortunately, I can't break off the back of this, but I will take a Void Ring. Bam. And we will keep Butcher around. And his board disappears. And I get the favor, which is great. I got that censure, which no doubt will come in handy. Yeah, we're taking military. Alright. Good. So, it looks bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. He does have a lot of good stuff. He can play his own Butcher, which would kind of ruin my day. This isn't terrible, so we can play this guy. Yakimo's good. Just like as a character, Yakimo's good. But he's not less honorable than I am. Unless he's going to like bid 3, like middling or something like that. He'll go to 13. If I bid 1, what happens? He will probably go to 6 or thereabouts. I don't think it's worth it necessarily. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and bid 3 this turn. To see how that goes. Mitsurugi is a very strong character, which is nice. So do I buy a second Butcher, or do I go for Mitsurugi? I think it's going to be a Mitsurugi play this turn. Second Butcher, or do I go for Mitsurugi? I think it's going to be a Mitsurugi play this turn. Right. So, yeah, okay, he's going for Yakimo. Big boy Yakimo. Right, I'm going to buy this with 1. The reason being is that I'm going to need the floating fortress to be able to proc here. I'm going to try, there we go, we're going to bid my 3. 3, 2, I give him 1, 6 to 9, 12 to 10. That's fine, I got double censure. Double censure is great. And a Banzai, and a disarm. So I think we are in a pretty good position. He's only on 3, so he can't actually defend against my Butcher. So yeah, what I can do is let's load up Butcher with a Pathfinder's Blade. And I need to get rid of the Hidakisada now. Because if I let him carry on, Hidakisada is going to ruin my day. So we got the Pathfinder's Blade. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. He can dump characters into the fight, but he's got to... It's a lot for him to have to push into the fight to be able to stop me from winning, at least. Because if I win, the plan is to honor Mitsurugi, and he becomes a 5/6, which is very good. So yeah, we'll see what he does. Like I said, he can't defend at the moment. If I hit... Ooh, that could be fun. No, that's not fun at all, because they're two unique characters. I was thinking if I hit Void Province, maybe I could do something with my own Weight of Duty, but he's got uniques, so I can't actually bow anyone. Herald of Jade. Okay, so 4. Less military skill, number of unbroken provinces I control. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this will allow him to defend with Yakumo, but he will not be... His effect won't happen, so he will have to bow with old Yakumo, which is fine. I am absolutely happy with Yakumo bowing. Let's see what's on the door number. This Illustrious Forge, no thank you, not playing that game. So he could defend with old Yakumo. Now, I guess he's got more readies in hand, which is why he's doing the Yakumo defense. So I guess he's going to do something like attack with the Herald of Jade, kill the Herald of Jade, ready Yakumo, so he's got Yakumo for another fight. But as long as I can defend effectively with Mitsurugi, and Mitsurugi is not he's not a poor character, I should be okay. Like I said, I've got the double censures just in case something happens, like battle meditation. So I think we should be fine for this turn. And I've got these 2 exposed secrets, so I can essentially bow. What's this? Banzai? No. No. You're gonna have to spend more cards to win this fight, if you don't mind. 4. Do I? Ooh. Do I push? I want to break something. I need to break something, I think. So, I want to keep my own Banzai. For sure, I want to keep my own Banzai. So what we're going to do, I think, is go Apprentice Engineer into the conflict. And we're going to build an Iron Mine. And the Iron Mine is going to go here. So if he decides to attack... Oh, this could be pretty cool. There's a play here with Floating Fortress and Kaiu Forge. And this. So, yeah, the Iron Mine's here. If he attacks, I essentially gain 2 Fate, which is pretty good. It'll put me back up to 3, which puts me in good stead for next turn. I think I can defend unless something crazy happens. So that should be okay. I still have these 2 exposed secrets, which is kind of a shame because I'm playing against a wholly military deck. But this is fine. Nice. Okay, bam. Break this. Honor Kaiu Mitsurugi. There we go. Okay, we got defense now. A 5/6 is pretty good. What could he do? He could throw a skirmisher in to stop me from defending. That's very valid. But I still have these 2 boys. So this will be like a 3 if I can kill the engineer. And this will be a 1, because the idea is to keep Butcher around, unless he goes for Void. If he goes for Void, then I might have to hard defend with old Mitsurugi. Pathfinder's Blade, okay. So, I think this is his 3rd Pathfinder's Blade. 1, 2, yep, this is his 3rd Pathfinder's Blade. Which, again, is kind of fine, because, I mean, I have the Disarm, depending on what he attacks into. I guess he's going to go for Weight of Duty. In which case, if he attacks Weight of Duty, I can defend here. Yeah, there's things I can do with this. Watering, alright. Into Fertile Fields. Fertile Fields also gets me a Fate, which I'll happily take. Right, now the question is, how do I defend? I think the defense is double skirmisher, to be honest. Just defend here with 3, go, okay, let's use up your Pathfinder's Blade to reduce your skill. If he doesn't want me to draw, that is. Oh no, he let me do it. Nice. Okay, well, I'm going to censure his Banzai, I think, because that's 2 Banzais basically out of the way. He let me do a draw, which is pretty good. I mean, I'll take it. Now I actually have options. I think the play is it Funeral Pyre? Is it Dishonor a Guy? It's not Dishonor a Guy because my honor's quickly disappearing. What was this? Watering. Ah, yeah, okay. There is a play here. Do we want to see my play? Do we want to see my play? So he's on 2 strength now, thanks to my Watchtower of Sun's Shadow. He plays a Seal of the Crab, so he's gonna try and push this, but I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in this boy. 7th Tower. Okay, so, uh, the goal here is to win this fight on defense. Pop this. There we go. This is the goal. Win the fight on defense, trigger the Water Ring, bow the Herald of Jade. 7. What we on? Tetsubo of Blood. Tetsubo of Blood is huge. So it's fake characters you control. So he paid a fate on his guy, and he can't be honored. He cannot be honored. I think this is where I play a disarm, right? But I'm gonna need an extra point of fate somewhere. So, yeah, we're gonna go disarm, I think. Let's disarm the Tetsubo Blood. The goal here is just to make him play cards. And as soon as he's around about my level, then I can start to honor choke him. At least that's the idea. If it'll work or not, I have no clue. So look, 3 to 5. Nothing's disappearing because I replaced what I built with Floating Fortress with a card. So that works for me. Then he'll have a political fight, which I should win, frankly. I hope. He's wondering if he wants to continue pushing this fight. I don't know what the answer is here. It really depends on what he's got in his hand. He's used his Banzai, he's used a Tetsubo of Blood, which is, I mean, it's a 1 cost, but it's expensive at the end of the day. He doesn't know that I've got more, I don't have any more disarms in my hand. But what he does know is that I have no fate right now, so there's a limit to what I can actually do. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Bam. Okay, 7th tower. Bow. Ah, ready for battle? No, no ready for battle. Great. Okay, so now I can just use Mitsurugi. Use Mitsurugi to do what? That's a hell of a question. I'm not going to be giving up that much honor anymore, really. I think I just keep pushing. Yeah, I think this is the answer. I just keep on hitting the Void Ring to try and wipe his board. Because if I get rid of Yakumo, Yakumo is a big character. Nice. Pop. Yes. Yakumo. Alright. See what he's got for political. Has he got anything for political? It's a big question. No, he doesn't. Okay, so now we can use Mitsurugi, discard a card, gain a fate, and a card. Ah, nice. Common Cause. Common Cause is great. So now I've got 2 big characters. So we'll hit pass. I'll take the military favor. You, I will save. You two, you've done your job. You did my defense for me. And now, at whatever, because I've got the watchtower in the bin, whatever province he attacks, I can build a watchtower and I get the 7th tower boost. I've gone through 2 of his Season of Wars, is that right? Yeah, 2 Season of Wars so far, so hopefully he won't... Well, that makes me sad. Uh, that makes me really sad. Oh, come on. Alright, so let's buy the 2 Vanguard Warriors to keep my boys around. He's got Best Girl Oushi. Is he going to season? Or is he just going to pass? He passes. Ooh. Okay. Okay. That's a 4. So I don't want anything here. But what I will do is buy a student with nothing. So I can always kill the student to do stuff. I think. Pass. And is now the time? I think now's the time. Let's switch to bid 1. Now he's on 5. I can make up the additional 4 loss. I've got +1 here. If he goes for Earth, I got this here. So all provinces, the Caillou Wall provinces, as far as I'm concerned. I think this will be okay. He's got the reinforced plate. Immune to the effect of opponent's events. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. You don't see reinforced plate used all that often, to be honest, but it's fun. I do like it. So I can defend against political fights again, easily. Military fights, not so much. But I got the big characters, right? I got Mitsurugi, I got Butcher, so it shouldn't be terrible. He's got 15 conflict cards left, 17 dynasty. I'm looking very healthy on honor now. That 5-1 bid, I think is gonna help me out more than if I would have just bid 5, to be honest. But we will see. We will see. let's see. Got some spectators coming in. That's pretty cool. I also got 2 Pathfinder's blades, which is huge. Okay, he's got the skirmisher. Now, you can stop one of these 2. Both pretty big. I got extra boosts, and I got an apprentice engineer should I need it. So I think we will be fine. Yeah, look, I got boosts, I got an engineer. He's used up all of his Pathfinder's blades now. So this Manicured Garden is now worth 2 fate for me. If he doesn't want to run the gauntlet of River of the Last Stand, 7th tower, yeah, kind of floating fortress, he might as well attack in here. Okay, Watering. Watering. He's got Reinforced Plate and Seal of the Crab. There we go. He's going for the Manicured Garden, so I'm going to get a bunch of fate from this, which I'm very happy at. I've got the Common Cause as well, which is also excellent. My job is to break this Iron Mine, probably on air, if I had to pick. So yeah, we'll put up a solid, like a good defense. We will start off by going... yeah, we'll do the floating fortress into a Caillou Wall. So that doesn't do anything initially, but it activates River of the Last Stand and it activates 7th Tower. So I'll be able to Watering his Vanguard Warrior. I do believe in his hand he has a Ready for Battle. I think he does. But we will see. We will see. See if I can snipe it with River of the Last Stand. That's always fun. I've got some pretty cool combos in this deck. I've got this boy, the Caillou Inventor. So I think I got because I am on the playtesting team for this. I think I managed to proc River's effect like 4 times in one turn once, and that was super fun. I did enjoy that. It's hilarious. It's highly unlikely, and I have to run what's otherwise a garbage character in the Caillou Inventor, but it was worth it for me. So he uses Forge. What is he looking for? What is he looking for? Yeah, floating fortress isn't terrible if you're using nothing. He doesn't get anything. Okay, so let's use river. River, there it is, ready for battle and a battle meditation. So that's immediately got rid of one of his fate advantage, which is good for me. Super good for me. um, so and then we can manicure garden, right? Yeah, we manicure garden, get the fate. Sure. Let's manicure garden, get the fate. Perfect. Alright, so we win all this, and we will pass, pop this, bow him. Very good. Very good indeed. Then I can win the political fight. Alright, let's give myself a Pathfinder's Blade. You'll never know when you'll need it. Win the political fight, hopefully. I need to try and break this iron mine. Do I keep... Yeah, I need to keep hammering air now, because he's only on 5. He's only on 5. If it looks like he's going to win on defense, I have no problems with using the student. Go 8. Go, Butcher! Butcher's gonna butch. Appealing to fortunes? This is fine. This is perfectly fine. It's what, 3 strength? So I'm gonna be breaking if Arushi doesn't defend properly. So that's gonna be fun. 4. So Urushi can defend. He's trying to figure out if he should defend. My theory is that he doesn't really have all that many military buffs left. He's definitely gone through all of his banzais, at least. So there are no super free, apart from like katanas. But he knows I'm running disarms. So there's nothing super free left that he can play, and I am just breaking, essentially. Luckily for me, that Kaiju Forger's kind of whiffed. Now the question is, yeah, okay. So here's how I hope this will play out. Banzai. Okay, there's a Banzai, but I can Banzai myself. Ooh, he's pushing it. 8. That's fine because I can do that. 10, 12, and I can get another 3 points of strength for free using my deployed garrisons. I don't think he's playing. No, he's not playing deployed garrisons. What's this? Reinforced plate. So I'm breaking? Yes. He's just trying to get as much strength as possible. And again, he used a lot in those previous fights. So his resource is now pretty choked. What was that? What did he do? He used Vanguard Warrior. Okay, yeah. So he used that early. The significance of him using that early is that I will not be using my student to blank him, which is it's fine. It's exactly what I would have done. Because if I'm busting open the iron mine, yeah, it should be okay. Now the question is, do I greed? I think the answer is yes, I do greed. There we go, 112 to 9. He pops appealing to fortunes, which he can't actually activate because there are no characters in his provinces, and I will steal an honor. Okay, so here's my play now. He's got a political fight to go in on me. I'm going to try... Aha, okay, so he's going with Herald of Jade, but I can bow Herald of Jade twice, essentially. So this is perfect. He can attack. He attacks into Manicured. I go, that's fine. I expose your secrets, Herald of Jade. And he bows. Alright. So, Politico Earth. Nothing happens, essentially. I already used Manicured Garden, right? Yeah. And this is only a reaction, so nothing's happening there. I've already used this, and I've used this as well. So let's hit pass. Now let's use... I can't remember if I used Mitsurugi or not. No. Okay, we'll use Mitsurugi to kill River, to gain Fate Worse than Death. Huge. And we will ready Mitsurugi. And I'm pretty sure the reason why he took that fate off of me, that honor, is because otherwise I could break. There we go. GG. Whew. Man, my luck today. Oh, his early game. His early game was good. His early game was pretty good. Misplayed the defense, but with the dude hard. Yeah, I think he did actually. Yeah, true. I think he did. I was waiting for a. I was waiting for a Casada to come out. Would have made me sad. Yeah, yeah. There are only so many. I have. It's just big. You sniped my only way of the crab. Hmm. Possibly. It's nice to see the Berserker deck. 21 4 Berserkers, I see. Haha. Should we take a look? So what was coming for me? For me, let's move this out of the way. I had a disarm coming, which would have been really good, and assassinate. My honor was super good. So yeah, essentially we're in a bid one war that I kind of win because I've got Mitsurugi out, right? So I can kind of draw two every turn, and then on the other side we have, if we move this, a mine, very good. Next turn especially, we've got the Vanguard Warriors, we'll keep the guys around. Caillou Forge, which will have seen a floating fortress, which is always good. So, yeah, I think he did have the early game with the massive Repentant Legion, whatever it's called. I can't remember. Let's take a look. This guy, yeah, Repentant Legion. That was huge. It was just like knocking over things. Change not during 5 in the Yakima defense. But they're really bad mistakes. Well, true that. It's very true. Very true. But, you know. It's all fun going all all the time. I had two, in fact, exposed secrets forever. Just waiting. Yeah, those exposed secrets. The only reason, yeah, I guess that's true. It is the thing. It is the thing. Yeah, the only reason I play Exposed Secrets is because they're very good early game bows. Even though I usually switch up to a bid one, I usually get 2 turns out of them. And by turn two, I should have seen something like just over a quarter of my deck. So yeah, that's about it. What I will do now, I will finish this up, and I'm gonna go through my deck so you guys can see exactly what I was doing. Anyway, tie for the game. Going to do a quick deck rundown. Latest. All right. Yes. No. Let's see. I'll wait a couple of minutes. I will wait a couple of minutes. And nothing. Okay, good. So let's leave the game. Bam. All right. First, that's a win. I managed to win that. Tomoya is a very even with his mistakes. You know, at some points during that game, I was sweating slightly. But anyway, this is what I was running. This is version 0.6. I think I go to like 0.10 or something. There are several versions of this deck, but ultimately the core is all exactly the same. My dynasty is always the same. I'm pretty happy with this dynasty deck. I think it does exactly what it needs to do, and it's cheap enough that it enables me to afford the conflict deck that I'm actually running. So let's go through it. We got two Silent Skirmisher because they're free. That's the only real reason they're even here. If Silent Skirmisher wasn't a thing, I'd be running like Eager Scout or something, because it's basically a non-character. You play it, it's free, and that's it. Gallant Quartermasters, of course, because we need the money to afford things like this. Heater Guardians. So Heater Guardians are basically where, like, Heater Guardians, Mitsurugi, and the Butcher are essentially the entire strength, breaking strength of this deck. If you noticed in that game, the only things that broke are Butcher and Mitsurugi, and I saw no Heater Guardians. So apart from that, there was no way for me to actually break provinces and get over big characters. That's why I'm always a bit wary of big characters. Because it's very difficult for me to get over them. I just don't have the stats to do it sometimes, and I just have to wait around and hope I see Heater Guardians or another big thing that I can kind of challenge it. But even then, like, my stats kind of cap out at like 6 political if I honor Mitsurugi, or 6 military if I have the Butcher. So it's not huge. That's why the Heater Guardian is super important. The Kaio Inventor, I run 2 of these, and I've always ran 2 of these in this deck. Now, the only reason I'm running Kaio Inventors is because, like, most people don't actually run them or even know what this card does. Uh, for a 2-costing crab, it's got 2/1 stats, which is pretty average. It's got no glory, which is decent. It works well with Shinsei's Last Hope. Not Shinsei. Yeah, Shinsei's Last Hope. But because now we're running enough holdings with action abilities that can be used, getting 2 pops off is sometimes worth the 2 fates you're paying. Specifically for things like Fire and Oil, so you can dishonor 2 guys in a turn. Floating Fortress, so you can bring back 2 holdings in 1 turn. But generally what you'll be doing in Fortress is you'll be building a holding and then using Inventor on whatever you built to avoid paying the additional fate cost. Extra Funeral Pyre pops, or my favorite, River of the Last Stand. This is technically, it has enough pieces to be a Kaiju Wall deck, because it's running 4 Kaiju Wall pieces. Getting multiple river pops off is very good. You can strip, like I said, I during testing I managed to activate a river 4 times in 1 turn with a combination of Kaiju Inventors, floating fortresses, getting rid of them, bringing them back with engineers, that kind of thing. So imagine 4 times in 1 turn, you're discarding 8 from your opponent's hand and forcing them to draw 4. Um, that's huge in terms of card advantage. Um, so that's why the Kaiju Inventors are there, and I love them. Sure, you can get rid of them, but that's just the way it is. Pious Guardians, because Rally's good, and he's got really good stats. For a 2-costing crab, a 3/1. 3-1 is great. And also you run very honor intensive in this deck. So if you can see a couple of Pious Guardians early, get their effects popped off, manage to get a couple of extra points of honor, it goes a long way, especially against clans like Scorpion, and possibly Phoenix, maybe other Crab, that can dishonor you out fairly easily, because you'll basically be dishonoring yourself. Shurisukis, of course, you'll always play them. Student of Anatomies, you'll always play them. Vanguard Warrior, you'll always play them. Then we got 2 copies of Deployed Garrison, with the new artwork. Nice. Never buy them from Row. Bin them, use your cards to get rid of them, and then buy them from discard, because essentially it's a free-ish 3-2 stats, either on attack or on defense, which is great. You don't really see that a lot in Crab, the ability to just boost your stats. So that's why we have them. We got the 2 Butchers because I have another 2 rally slots, and I will always run Butcher of the Fallen. They have fallen out of favor hard with the community, but I really like them. If you can defend effectively, just being able to beat over most normal characters is invaluable. You saw it in the last game. He will be able to break by himself. Generally speaking, though, only ever put him into fights with 1 extra guy, because you never know what's going to happen, and the extra guy has saved me so many times. We got a pair of Steadfast Witch Hunters because more readies are more good, and Witch Hunter's just a generic good card. And 3 copies of Kaio Mitsurugi with their new artwork, which is great. He has stats. He's fantastic. I love him. And you get to draw cards in game phase. There's nothing bad about that. In my holdings, we're running 14 because this is a holding deck. It's holding control after all. The 14 holdings, we don't need to run 3 of each holding because we're running the floating fortresses. So generally, when you're rebuilding your stuff using engineer, it's fortresses that you're looking for first and foremost, and then your other things. But we got a pair of fire and oil. We got the 3 floating fortress to find the rest of your cards. Funeral pyres, because more cards are more good. Iron mines to save your stuff. Iron Mine is probably the second target for Apprentice Engineer because it's the only card that doesn't work with Floating Fortress. Because you can bring back an Iron Mine, but it disappears when the fortress activates at the end of the conflict. Kaiju Forges to find other things. So in effect, you're running 4 fortresses because if you get a forge, you're hitting this. River of the Last Stand, as I've said already, for the discard. 7th Tower turns any province into, I think it's Defend the Wall. It's a Crab province. Is that the province? Can't remember the name of it. But yeah, getting to use the ring is great, especially when you can suddenly start placing your Kaiju wall holdings using Floating Fortress. So I really like it. Watchtower of Sun Shadow. I like this because people have a habit of overfating their characters, and this punishes that. The Forced Interrupt has almost never been an issue, and the reason being is that if you're in a position to build Watchtower, you're either going to win the fight on defense because you built a Watchtower and you've stripped 3 or 4 points of strength, or you're going to have either Mitsurugi or Ramshackle Facade in hand, or Mitsurugi on the field, Ramshackle in hand. So if everything goes belly up, you can just get rid of the Watchtower, and that's it. You don't need to worry about it. So that's why I like it. I'd only play it in the context of this deck. I basically wouldn't play it anywhere else. Going into the conflict deck, we got a pair of Assassinates, of course, because Assassinates work with Way of the Crab, and you use both of them to essentially clear your boards. Only 2 Banzai. The reason why you'll see a lot of like 2 orbs in this deck is because there's enough draw, I feel, in the Dynasty deck that it allows you to draw into your combo pieces early, and because of that, you can kind of dig into your deck and find things quicker. So having 1 obs and 2 obs and like little tech cards is actually a lot easier to run. So that's why only 2 Banzai. 3 Censure because if I'm running big cost cards, I need to be able to protect them. Common Cause, of course, because it's a free ready. Court Games, again, free honors, free dishonors. Who doesn't like that? The 2 copies of Exposed Secrets. I touched on this very briefly during the game, but alright, it's not great, admittedly, because after turn 2, I generally go to a bid 1, and then that forces my opponent to bid 1 in return. But if it shows up on the first 2 turns, it's essentially a free bow, and free bows on political, in this case, are super good, if you ask me. If you can sustain it, I think it's a good card. For shames, there are only 2. Now this, when it was legal, this deck had broker in it, so it's another courtier, so for shames would have been easier. Now it doesn't, and it's only got the 6 courtiers, so we're only running 2 for shames. Ramshackle Facade, because we're building stuff with Floating Fortress, we can get rid of them. And if we can sacrifice our own holdings, we can bow guys. So more free bows. That's kind of the theme that's going on here. We got Ramshackle, Exposed Secrets for Shame. Essentially, they're free bows. They cost nothing, so for me, they're pretty good. Ramshackle doesn't go in every deck, obviously, but you play with what you got. Ceaseless to keep your guys around. Generally, we'll be keeping cheap dudes around like Shurisukis to enable us to draw into more stuff, which is great. 3 disarm because holdings are not holdings. Attachments are everywhere and you need to get rid of them. Wear the Crab because wear the Crab. And my big ticket card, Fate Worse Than Death. Now, we're going to be producing... Actually, I lie. We're not going to be producing a lot of Fate with this deck. Your Fate generation cards, a Gallant Quartermaster, which is effectively +1 Fate, because you got to pay 1 to buy it in the first place. And Kaio Mitsurugi. Kaio Mitsurugi is, in essence, a +1, but you'll generally be offsetting his Fate increase against the Fate that you would have paid to play Floating Fortress. So, in effect, it's net 0. What we are doing is not playing expensive characters, so we get to bank a lot of Fate. And if we bank a lot of Fate, we need a way to spend it. And so for me, I've been playing Fate Worse Than Death. It's huge. It's great. It does everything you would want out of a card. I got the censures also, so you can use it. I'm generally looking for it on turn 1 so that I can really just blunt an attack completely, or late in the game where maybe I've managed to get the favor, keep it for a couple of turns, have my censures live to protect Fate Worse Than Death. That's the goal. We are Seeker, so we can run Pathfinder's Blade because it's an excellent card. We got Elegant Tessons because they're, I say free readies, they're not free readies, but you know, 1 cost ready is also super good. And Engineers, simply his entire purpose in life is to build floating fortresses and iron mines, and that's basically why he's here. On this side of things, with the provinces and the stronghold, we are playing Kyuden Hida. It's necessary because we're playing all the holdings. It's exactly what it was designed for, because Kyuden Hida came out in the Crab Clan pack with a bunch of Kaio War holdings, and the idea was run a lot of walls, play Kyuden Hida to see characters. So that's exactly what we're doing. We are Seeker Heir specifically for the money that it gives you. You get the 2 money provinces. You get Manicured Garden and you get Fertile Fields. Fertile Fields, essentially the first time it's attacked, gets you... Is Fertile Fields a Fate one? No, Fertile Fields a draw one. Yeah, Fertile Fields essentially gives you a card and a Fate. A Manicured Garden gives you 2 Fate, which of course is great because you want to be able to afford your Fate Worse Than Death or a lot of characters. Wasteland, because Wasteland is amazing to defend. Your Stronghold, essentially, it's awesome against Lion, it's pretty good against Unicorn. Against other clans, like it's okay against Dragon, it's not so good, but I think it's good enough against the clans you would want to use it against that there's no reason not to take it. Shinsei's, because it's essentially a money province. Anything that lands on it, you get a 2 Fate discount, which is great. And this is why it enters Dishonored, right? The thing enters Dishonored, so this is also why we've got the Pious Guardians to try and offset some of that Dishonor cost that we're paying. And Weight of Duty, again, because essentially it's another free-ish bow. You buy your guy and you bow him, so you can do Silent Skirmisher for a proper free bow. You can do Gallant Quartermaster for a proper free bow, or any of your 1 cost or even 2 cost characters like Kaio Inventors. Once they've been used, there's no real reason to keep them around, so you can throw them into Weight of Duty, you can throw them into Way of the Crabs, that kind of thing. And that's it really. That's the deck in a nutshell. I have got all sorts of versions of this deck, weird and wonderful, that I've tested over the past several months. But this is the one that I'm kind of most familiar with and most comfortable with using. So this is the one I've been doing recently. And yeah, that's it really. So yeah, I hope you found this a little bit insightful as to how I like to play crab, what I like to do. Um, and yeah, hopefully I will see you guys for the next one. I will be streaming all of my games for this event. So that should be pretty nice. I do kind of like explaining through what I'm doing because if you're you can be commentating on an event on a game, but sometimes it's difficult to think about the intent of the player when they play their cards. So I kind of like that, watching streams from the point of view of the players themselves, because that allows the players to explain, right, I'm doing this because this, or I have a plan. This is my plan. Let's see how it's gonna how it's gonna work. And yeah, that's it really. So yeah, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for watching. If you are interested at all in watching me bumble my way through Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, that's what I'm going to be doing in a few minutes once I have had some water to soothe my throat. I've been probably talking non-stop for about an hour now. And yeah, so again, thank you, and I will see you guys very soon.